going on?
Dunno, but I don't like it. Go hide out in the bar.
We shouldn't be getting sea fog at this time of year.
Even if it's a freak off-season incident, it shouldn't be this dense. Contact the other families. I need men stationed in every district.
Yes, sir.
To think it'd return after 40 long years.
Yeah?
Are you saying this has happened before?
I'm not surprised you have forgotten. You were only a child when this fog last descended upon us. Assemble the Shongshou. We must fortify our defenses at once.
So he's the elder.
Hurry back to your homes! Stay in and don't come out. It's too dangerous outside.
Hey, do you know where Aaron is? I can't find him anywhere.
He went to go keep an eye on that outsider Hayway hired.
What about this fog? I've never seen anything like...
Sid, hang in there. Say something.
You bastards!
Well, looky here. The whole bunch of them in one place.
Our job of painting these streets red just got a lot easier.
Red text probably means they're drugged up.
Say, Wong, damn it all!
Oh, great.
I'll take point. Wow! They're perfectly in sync!
Look alive.
It's not over yet. What are they doing here? Let's go!
There are so many of them! Look out!
Welcome back to the Legend of Heroes Trails
Use
to
the
Daybreak,
shrouded to get the upper hand.
where we just have yeah,
Time to go
mystery,
all out.
mist and monsters, robots, whatever.
I'll remember this.
Now's a great time for a shard boost.
Time to go all out. I'll get them in one go.
Engaging skill.
On yes. We should go on the attack.
These drones are pretty weak.
Barry!
A boost would work here.
This'll hurt! Good luck! You can do this! This'll hurt! There you are! Slice!
Eat this.
Ben!
Here goes.
Give them your all!
There we go! I'll take you on! What should I do? Grant them life! White heal! Thank you!
pal.
You can't best me!
Now's a great time for a shard boost.
Shoot! You're open! Barry!
Activating skill.
Too slow!
A chance.
Use a shard boost to get the upper
This'll
hand.
hurt.
Keep it up! It's working! Van, your turn!
Stay fast. Take this.
We can win!
Now's a great time for a shard boost.
Keep it up! Try some of this!
boost would work here.
You can do this. There, barely. He flinched. And yes. There, yeah.
Sucker!
Then. Too slow.
Hit him fast, Fairy.
Activating skill.
Too slow.
Engaging skill.
Sucker!
I won't stop here.
Yeah, but Elaine was a few levels high, was clear.
Go to hell! Hang on, guys! I'm coming!
The enemy has been routed. What if there are more hiding in the mist?
Don't think so. The fog's clearing.
Did you hear that?
About 10 people just fled the combat zone.
We need to hurry.
His friends are dead.
Oh, Adios. This isn't even a battlefield.
Stay back, both of you.
Let's go make sure.
I don't like these odds.
Aaron.
Those bastards. Even if it's the last thing I do, they're gonna...
They'll pay! They'll make them all pay!
Understandable reaction. September 21st. The next morning. 8:12 a.m.
Allow me to formally introduce myself. My name is Gian Lu.
Lou, when that makes you... I figured there was more going on with you, but I wouldn't have guessed you were that important. Can't believe an elder from Heyo waxed my right. Wait. Oh, it is the same guy.
You still have much to learn, young Van.
Weird hearing that from you, but I take it you didn't invite us just for that big reveal?
Of course. Naturally, we must discuss last night's events. Allow me to inform you of the Elder's decision. Heiyue will remain on standby until further notice.
Even after that bloodbath?
Father, are you sure this is the most prudent course?
Today, we must bide our time and prepare our forces. In the interim, no one must mount an attack. On the morrow, Cao will return, and we as an organization will resolve this matter in one fell swoop. Whether Yin chooses to help us is no longer relevant.
How can you expect us to sit idly by and accept that? Never mind the people of Longport. What about Aaron? He's been missing ever since the incident. I know him. He's not about to sit on his hands and wait. Are you both really just going to let him go it alone?
Of course we don't want to abandon him. However, it's plain to see this situation is balanced on a knife's edge. Our foes will expect retribution, so we only have one chance to get this right.
I get what you mean. He must have an idea of what that retribution will look like, and a way to counter it. Yeah, I've seen traps like these before. I see there's no need for me to explain further. However, I must append one note, a warning. Leave the city by dawn tomorrow. So that's when you're setting loose your Shadow Warriors, huh? I hear you didn't even send them out when you were beefing with the Red Constellation. You are remarkably well informed. That altercation was simply a consequence of another family's poor decisions. Had Zhao failed to quell the incursion, our shadows would have been released without a second thought. Lucky for everyone that Jaegers have more sense than Almata, I guess. I'm beginning to see what Zhao sees in you. Perhaps I will enlist your services again one day. With that, I bid you farewell. Fair travels on your return to the capital. Huh? Why did you warn us we were here? Got one last question for you, old man. What's with a cold shoulder to the kid? He's been sulking about it. Huh.
Simply put, Heiyue is a complex organization. This crisis presents an opportunity to let external woes reveal internal wounds. Perhaps you will understand this too in due time.
Well, if the elders say we aren't acting today, then that's that. I leave it up to you to decide how and to what degree you investigate last night's tragedy. My only request is that you look out for Eren as much as possible. I feel the same. His friends were like family to him. He'd be willing to pay any price to avenge them. That makes sense. He was overtaken with rage before. I'm worried about him being out there on his own. Speaking of worried, I'm getting worried about you getting back to Edith on time. If you don't make it back in time, a certain bracer's gonna bite my head off. Sorry, but please let me stay until the end of day. There's something on my mind that I need to see through. Figures. Alright, you got till the last train tonight. No more extensions. I understand. Do be careful, everyone. If you need support, we do what we can. I'm counting on you, Mr. Arkwright. Eren is in your hands now. So long as it's what kind of work a Spriggan like me can do, I see this through. Alright, but you already know the game plan for tonight, right? First we need to investigate what happened last night, particularly where that strange fog came from. It's possible there's a Genesis involved. We need to track down Eren too. For all we know, he's already charged headfirst into the enemy base. But the enemy likely being Almata. Not bad, you got all the big stuff. We'll work on the information gathering. We'll knock out a few other small tasks that come our way. I wanna check in with Jack too. We may as well hit up a corpse and guild while we're at it. Long story short, we're gonna roll with the punches. Right! Okay, but... My husband may seem a bit aloof at times, but he's the type who always gets the job done. That's part of why Guihua Fundian is still flourishing. I'm still in shock over a horrible incident from last night. Stay safe, you all. It's a dangerous world out there. I got all nervous again when I was asked to chase people away this morning. How active was assassins sneak in here without me knowing? I'm honest, and I'll be thankful to Heiyue for looking out for this old place. But I won't lie, it felt like my heart stopped for a sec when I caught a glimpse of Master Gian pretending to be a servant. I was surprised to see people being cleared out so early in the morning. Maybe I should hole up in my room today and plan my next trip. After all, I'd rather not do anything that would make me come off as suspicious. Over my travels, I've learned to keep to myself when trouble started brewing.
No need to be shy now. See you again.
I might have gotten just a teensy bit carried away yesterday. So sorry. You went on and on about the Eastern Theater this and the Eastern Theater that, but we're out drinking. I'm getting angry more just thinking about it. I know I said we should enjoy ourselves to the fullest, but everyone's on edge after last night's incident. Let's not get carried away again. Fine, guess I can show a little restraint. I just stick to rummaging through the theater's gift shop. I think she's developing an obsession with that place. I suppose now may not be the best time to sightsee. Don't think we should wander around aimlessly either. It's too scary around here. I'd love to watch another performance and cheer my heart out, but I just stick to shopping the wares. I'm becoming mildly concerned about her. Man, this is awful. I can't believe locals were murdered in cold blood. Even Elaine couldn't stop it from happening. I gotta get my act together. I'm worried about Aaron, but right now I have to focus on the investigation. The perps are still on the loose, and we gotta be the ones who catch them. Hey, you already collected the bodies, but there should still be other clues that lead us to the perps. You can leave it to us, Brigand. We'll take it from here so you guys can head back to your inn. Probably not, no? I'm still in shock of what happened to Aaron's friends. Those boys used to come by this place all the time. Considered cancelling our performances for today, but I don't believe I would want that. They loved our theater more than anyone. We will do our utmost to put on the greatest show this theater has ever seen. That's the best way we can honor their memory. The performers are all thinking of ways to raise people's spirits after last night. They really have an amazing strength of spirit. That might be why they're always able to put on such spectacular performances. Maybe it's insensitive for me to think about the fan club idea now, but I really want to spread those positive vibes to the people that need them. The performers are working extra hard to cheer up the locals. And Amelia has been thinking about starting up a fan club so she can share some positivity. They're also amazing, unlike me. I'm just so worried about Aaron, I can't think of anything else. We're all down, but we're not out. I'm gonna perform my heart out because that's what those guys would have wanted me to do. I'm not sure if Aaron ever is going to perform again after what happened last night. So I'm going to sword dance in his stead. This is where us pros have to show our stuff. I just can't believe those kids are gone now. They used to come here quite a lot. I hope Aaron's okay. He loved them like a family. Things got a little strange last night with a mist. Is this one of the mystical wonders of the East? Is it a common occurrence here? Regardless, what's quite the sight. Would have taken some pictures, but my camera suddenly broke on me. Too bad, really. Oh well, I got a treasure trove of stories to tell when I get home, so that's good enough for me.
My noodles are the best in—
Master and I are in a funk because of what happened last night. Today he messed up the noodle prep for the first time in 10 years. We gotta get it together. People's spirits are at an all-time low, so we need to do our best to lift them. These tenders are like chewy noodles, flexible and strong, but also easy to cut. We're going to put on smiles back on people's faces with our noodles. We get through this together.
Give me a break. Hey, Fred.
Thanks to that Imperial Moron from yesterday, I made a killing for the first time in ages. Not really feeling the luck today though. Everyone's kinda on edge after last night. Considered using that to my advantage, but when I heard there were casualties, I thought I'd better not. Guess I'll just cooperate with Heyu for the time being.
It's so dangerous these days.
When the scary mist came out, I got goosebumps. I also felt like someone was watching me. Even Pao was looking scared. What's going on? What happened yesterday? There was all that mist and apparently there was an incident outside. I'm glad we were in the house. But I'm concerned about Lin. She was in a daze last night, saying she could feel something was wrong. And she said this before the mist appeared. And you sit down with her and try to figure out what's going on?
What have we got?
Doesn't look like there's any good info here.
What is that? Why, I'd recommend every...
It's hard to believe that some of our own were murdered on this very street. Even you were boys who were killed. Everyone's shaking, including myself. Just try to focus on my work. All I can do to help is make food of the hopefully chippy blob. I can't believe it. Huang and the other guys are gone. It can't be. They're so strong. This just doesn't feel real. But that's all the more reason why I have to train. Someone has to protect this town. And Shin. I want to start pushing myself and I'm on the same level as Eren. I'm too scared to go out. But not having a grasp of the situation is frightening in its own right. The strange mist left me completely unsettled. Grandpa never told me about this. In times like these, I normally lock myself in my room and read a book to calm my nerves, but I think I seek some wisdom from someone older. I thought I was the smartest person in the room. The fact that I didn't listen to the words of others shows that I was the ignorant one. Last night was rough. Always hard to hear about young ones passing on so soon. Not sure what was going on with the mist. I asked the older folks about it, but they are as silent as the grave. It's like they know something. Wouldn't surprise me if this is all connected to a past incident. I'll do some digging.
Oh, frightening.
It pains my heart to hear about what happened to Eren's friends. I can't provide any specifics, but according to Heiau investigation, they suffered unnatural deaths. We're currently strengthening our security in light of this event. I can't believe this. I never thought I'd live to see this all happen again. You okay, Pao? It's pretty weird to see you freak out like this. I'm alright. I was just caught up thinking about the past, that's all. I've seen that mist a long time ago, during a very dark chapter in my life. That's why you and the older people around here are out of it. Did something happen back then? Well, you see, it's not my place to tell you, I'm afraid. Please forgive me. The hell, why should be so tight-lipped about this? Now that I think about it, though, he's very much like... No, I must be wrong. I'm letting my anxieties get the best of me.
Alrighty.
Oh, good stuff right here.
I feel bad about what happened last night, but now's not the time to close up shop. Dr. Lonkai placed a rush order for medicine, so I have to get that done as soon as I can. Even a lot of folks were injured in yesterday's incident, or, like me, he's still thinking about the past. No, I must be overthinking things. Regardless, I'll be keeping an extra eye out for people.
The breeze here feels so nice.
I remember that mist all too well, and it's reared its ugly head into our lives once more. When it appeared back then, many of us lost so many things we held dear. Will history repeat itself? Has it come to take even more from us? When will it ever be satisfied? Plans to jumpstart the tour business again were halted. We've got a mountain of issues to deal with because of last night. Hey, you put me in charge of tourist safety, so how we proceed with the rental business up to me. Oh, how can I be drinking after last night? I was gonna challenge Eren's friends to some gambling. I hate this kind of stuff. I hope those mafia goons rot in hell. I wish there was more I could do to help. Maybe I could lend Poisson a hand? As far as dealing with those rat bastards, I just have to pin my hopes on Jack and that redhead kid. Can't rely on Heyu, it seems. It'd be a lot easier if I'd step in. They will start tomorrow, they said. Some regulars of mine were among last night's victims. I feel so helpless behind the counter. I'm not like you and Jack. All I can do is watch this place. Got a nasty feeling about all this. If you guys are planning to dig around, be careful.
No need to be shy now. See you again.
Hey Jack, you look better than you usually do this time of morning. I'll take that as a compliment. I just figured that now's not the best time to be hungover. How are you guys holding up? If you're doing okay given the circumstances, how about you? I won't lie, I'm pretty shaken up. Some of the victims were regulars of ours. But you don't need to worry about me, I'll be fine. If you say so. Is there anything you can tell us about the victims? A little, but probably nothing you don't already know. The thing they all had in common was that they were friends of Aaron's, and now he's out for blood. Either he wants to get revenge for them, or he wants to make a declaration of war on A. Huh. I'm worried about him flying off the handle and doing something he'd regret. You guys have any idea where he is? Has he dropped by? Well... we haven't been able to locate him, no. Could be that he's at a clinic. They're treating the sole survivor of the attack as we speak. Might be worth checking that place out. Cool idea, but over there later. I don't have any other info for you. Wish I could have been more help. Nah, it's cool. If you learn anything new, hit me up. You got it. I understand how he feels. I'm fuming too. Jack's handling it a little better, but yeah, it's a tough day for everyone. Don't worry about us though. For now, you need to focus on finding Aaron and tracking those murderers down. I'm sorry we don't have much information to offer. We tried to gather some while you were doing a thing. You're not the only ones who are worried about Aaron. I'll touch base with my source and see if I can get any inside info. Might also get some leads on Heyu and A, which is a whole other minefield. If those two are going to war, this safe haven won't be safe anymore. Why did I caught up in such a horrible tragedy? I'm not even worried about my business right now. I just want to get home safely. Oh goddess, oh heavenly mother, please save me. I just can't believe it. My former students are dead? And Aaron's run off to get revenge. I'm barely keeping it together. This is just too cruel. Oh heavenly mother, please watch over Aaron, as well as my remaining students. What happened to Sei, Huang and the other victims fills me with great sorrow. I truly hope their souls can rest in peace. We perform our duty and send them to the heavens above. That's the best way we can honor their courage and their memories. In accordance with the wishes of the surviving families, we've arranged to collect their bodies once Heyu has finished performing the autopsies. I will make arrangements for a funeral while caring for the citizens' mental states. Yeah, people will probably need that. I'm so glad you're all okay. Still can't believe what happened last night. We're looking for Dr. Lonkai. He's in the examination room. He's looking after the sole survivor of the attack. If he'd gotten there a moment later, the guy probably wouldn't have made it. You're here to visit him too, Arkwright? Yeah, Jack told me that someone survived the attack. Guessing he's that someone? His condition looks stable at least. He's gonna wake up anytime soon. I don't know, the boy is to regain consciousness. He just barely managed to hang on. There's a limit to what I can do here. I plan on having him moved to a hospital immediately. Heyu is handling things on that end, thankfully. I'm relieved that someone survived, but it's doubtful that we'll be able to ask him about what happened. Yeah, it's too bad. We might have gotten some good info from him. It looks like he lost consciousness from a blow to the back of the head. It's possible he didn't even see the attacker's face. The killers probably didn't realize he was just unconscious, but the only reason he's still alive. Hope he doesn't have survivor's guilt after this. I can only treat the physical wounds. Whether his mental scars will heal is entirely up to him. By the way, has Aaron come to visit? He came at sunrise, but he left shortly after. Do you have any idea where he went? Not in the slightest. He didn't say a word the entire time, which is very unlike him. He must be tormenting himself. Yeah. Try and help him if you can. He needs to be surrounded by friends now more than ever. Right. You make sure he's okay. I promise to keep him alive until we can get him to the hospital. Heyu has already contacted them. In return, I only ask that you keep Aaron company.
Then let's head over.
Hey, did you see? There's a new movie!
I heard there was an incident last night in the Eastern Quarter. People have been talking all about that weird fog. Hope my friends over there are okay. We could see the fog that covered the Eastern Quarter from here. It was unsettling. Evidently, there were murders that happened within the fog. Can't blame people for being cagey this morning. I wouldn't be in the mood to go to the theaters either.
Whoops.
Everyone's talking about some weird mist or whatever, but I'm too busy having existential crisis to care. It's like I'm stuck in a never-ending time loop of work and buying ready-made food. I caught a glimpse of a chaos unfolding in the Eastern Quarter while I was heading home from work. I was so distracted that I ended up making a mistake with the seasoning for dinner. My husband and son coughed so hard they started tearing up. I haven't seen that in years.
Well,
apparently people were murdered in the Eastern Quarter. All of the customers today have come in with their heads hung low. I've got to work even harder so I can put smiles back on my faces. I've been receiving multiple orders for self-defense weapons last night. To be honest though, I don't know if they will be useful against the Mafia. On the record, those scoundrels definitely weren't using my products. Last night sounded like it was pretty awful. What was with that mist anyway? We never usually get wet at this time of year. When we had those murders at the same time? Can that really be coincidence?
alrighty.
You'll never believe what happened.
Is it true that there was an incident last night in the Eastern Quarter? I've never seen fog that dense before, so I snapped a few photos. Was it insensitive? The sight of a fog mixed in with a moon made for some captivating shots, but there was something creepy about it all too. During my meeting with Mr. Hongfa, I learned yesterday's financing issue was postponed, but we're at least taking our plan into consideration. Speaking of Mr. Hongfa, when I first got in touch with him, he thought I was Eastern. People make that mistake all the time thanks to my name, but I don't have a drop of Eastern blood in me. I take back everything I said about Darren yesterday. He noticed I was really scared last night, so he grabbed my hand and led me back to the hotel. Then he comforted me and told me he'd protect me at all costs. Something happened in the eastern quarter yesterday. Honestly, I was pretty terrified. I could see the fog all the way from here. When I looked over at Katyusha and saw she was petrified, that's when I knew I needed to man up. It's been a long time since I last comforted her like that. Ashen? The Kowloon group has been holding emergency meetings in light of the last night's events. We don't want to inconvenience any of our guests, so we're trying to handle the situation. I didn't realize you were here, Ashen. Oh, it's you guys. I'm sorry about earlier. Feels like I've sort of pushed everything onto you. Don't worry about it. If it felt like you were being unreasonable, I wouldn't have taken the job. Anyway, I know you guys are probably investigating this whole thing on the down low. Has Hayu sniffed out any clues? A few, but nothing will tell us about Aaron's whereabouts. Damn, what about Almata then? All we know about them is that they haven't made any moves since last night. We have no idea where they're hiding, unfortunately. Where could they be? Dunno, it's possible they aren't even in Langport anymore. What, you think? Might bet they could get out of Hayu's reach. Now if they've stained their hands with civilian blood, the guild's gonna be out to get them too. Do you really think Almata would just back down like that? Doubtful, but it's not impossible either. Actually, I do think it's impossible. I can tell you why, if you'd like. By all means. There have been no sightings of gangsters since last night. You have eyes on every road leading out of Langport. So if they had escaped, we would know. I can guarantee they're still in Langport. Hard to picture a bunch of low-life gangsters evading Hayu's surveillance network. Well, I guess that settles that. Sorry I can't answer your other questions. All good, having confirmation on that alone is huge for us, so we should be thanking you. Keep us in the loop if anything changes. Of course, I'm going to be talking with some other people about this, so hopefully I have more to share later. Alright, that's it for this area, I think. Shame we didn't learn anything worthwhile. So, what's our next move? I think we're gonna have to resort to venturing into enemy turf. By enemy turf, do you mean the Macedon Trading Company building? That's right, it's a risky play. It might end up being a waste of time. We don't got many other options though. Watch your backs and don't get too far ahead of me. Understood. Got it.
You'll never believe what happened.
So this is the Great Spire, huh?
There was an incident in the Eastern Quarter last night. People have been at a loss. I'll have to be sensitive to that while doing my job. Due to the chaos in the Eastern Quarter, the Kowloon financial bankers entered into multiple emergency meetings. Maintaining economic stability in Langport is one of our directives. We need to respond promptly to prevent the economy from going into freefall. Last night was rough. I heard there were casualties. When something like this happens, I'm always worried I'll be caught up in Hayu's business. That's so scary, but I'm more terrified of the facts that are out and about. Maybe Hayu is a necessary evil after all? There are civilian casualties. It's hard not to feel like we failed them. The boys are all doing everything they can to bring the situation to an end. But at this point we may need to call the main office and request some backup. I'm going to pour through all the info we have on Almata one last time. But it's not easy for the Bracer Guild, whose primary directive is to protect people above all else. On the way home last night, Mommy tripped. I was scared, so I held her hand real tight and stopped her from falling. I've got to look out for Mommy. I don't want her to get hurt. When my son and I were headed home last night, we saw a fog in the Eastern Quarter. I panicked and tried to rush home, but in the middle of our run, I lost my balance and nearly fell. Thankfully, my son was there to break my fall. When did he become so dependable? He's growing up so fast. I should make more of an effort to play with him. We need to enjoy the time we have together.
You there! How's some...
Everyone's filled with worry over last night's events. I'm hoping my pasta can cheer people up a little. When I'm down, a bowl of noodles always perks me right up. Pasta, buckwheat, and Easter noodles will all do the trick. I just want pasta to make the difference in this city. And maybe it can do so by bringing smiles back to people's faces. Hey, you got the jump on us with an on-site inspection, but we at least managed to catch a glimpse of a weapon's traces. You think the Almata executives are still here? Yeah, I can't say for certain, but we should be ready for anything. I checked the roads and railroads, but there were no signs that they left the city. My hunch tells me their hideout isn't far away. Understood, I need to do some more digging to find out where it is, but I'm sure Elaine will have it pinpointed before me. Thanks for that info, by the way. I'm sure she's putting it to good use. Don't mention it. All I did was pass along what I heard, nothing more. I'm just exchanging info with Detective Dart. We are partners back when I was a cop. Most of the top boss is terror-stricken by Heyu, but there's still some people left on the force who've got some backbone. In my opinion, the cops and bracers need to work hand in glove. That's the way forward for us. The police and bracers agreed to work together on this case. I'm glad I get to work alongside Hornet again, just like old times. While I was heading to my sauna last night, the streets erupted into chaos. My body moved on its own and I managed to save some people. When things hit the fan, having martial arts training can come in handy. That's why it's so important to train your mind and body constantly, even in retirement.
Looking for something to...
I'm down with dumps after what happened yesterday. Maybe I should take the day off. I'm sure one of our other part-timers could take over my shift. But the pasta guy is still going strong. Never mind, I feel guilty if I threw in the towel.
What'll you have today? Thanks for coming.
Good. No. I will not visit the Macedon company today. I think I put the harbor on the back burner as well. So next time we take a quick look around the harbor before going to the Macedon company and possibly a dungeon? We'll see. Until next time then, I'm Mace and don't get lost.